video on StudyStation, and in today's video I'm actually going to be talking about color correction on specific video clips. So you guys know that a lot of YouTube is all about color correction, and it just kind of depends on the lighting system already that you use, and then after how you want to correct it. I'm also going to be talking about how to use a preset, so if you like a certain type of filter that you use on all of your videos, you can actually set a preset for that. So let's get started. So here I have this 8-minute clip that was actually part of my trailer. Now I actually cut it and edited it, but which we're not doing. We're going to keep this raw. So we're going to turn the volume all the way down because we're not focusing on volume today, and we're just going to look at saturation and all of that stuff. So first, I like to always do is just run through the clip, and I like to see shadows. I like to see if things are moving in that clip. You get to really get like a nice look at what's moving and what colors might be looking good. Then I like to usually pick a frame that has a lot of things like on the frame that will impact, such as like this is my hand, so we can have it right there so that I can see the impact on the hand to make sure it's not looking bad. So you always need to pull up, I think usually this is what you look at, but if there's another button right here, or you can click on this color board thing right down here, and you can open up your color board. So basically this is what a color board looks like. You have color, and then you can use it for your saturation, and then you can use it for your exposure, alongside with master, shadows, midtones, and highlights, which you get a lot of cool things, especially on Final Cut. So I have a frame that I'm using, which is 401, and you can see looking in this frame, this is what the frame looks like. So now I'm going to look at the color board. You need to slowly move. So this is your master, and the symbols look simple. So this is your master, and you can move it towards, so you can see I'm doing a green saturation. This is more yellow, more red, blue, you know, all these fancy colors. Or you can go really down and do like these really bright disco colors. You probably wouldn't be seeing a lot of, you know, bright high tones like this, and maybe more like right there, or a tint is usually what I see a lot of people do. I usually keep my masters very low on every video, and I'll show you the preset I use that I've made as well, but I usually keep them not too high because I like the normal natural color. Next thing is shadows. Shadows is really important to me because you really get the vibe of the video. I like to move them according to the tint I'm using currently. So for my master, I'm using 78 with 0%. So then I would probably use for my shadow something a little more higher than that, like double, and then usually 1%. So this looks really good already. And then you have your midtones. Your midtones are really important if there's a lot of skin, if there's a lot of woody colors like my table, and you can see my hand. So this is really important, and you can do really cool looking, you know, tone, or you can do a little more hot looking tone. I like to usually lean towards the hotter side, but I keep it in a very simple way. After that, you have your highlights. Your highlights is kind of also important because this is kind of what ties everything together. Again, you can go towards this color you want. I usually lean towards red highlights, but today I'm gonna lean towards a pink highlight, just to add like that. That looks good. So I'm really happy with that. And this is, if you guys like this section or whatnot, here are all the little statistics that you can just put in instead of dragging these if you want to do that. Then you can always check, this is before and this is after. So there wasn't a big change, as you can see, but that little change can definitely have like a very big impact on the video itself. So now I would then run the clip to make sure it is going good, so I can, you know, see all the interactions. It's really important the objects also work good. So there, that looked good. Good. So after that is, if you like this preset a lot and you want to use it for other videos instead of like, you know, copying and pasting that, there's a simple way, which there's actually a button down here that says Save Effects Preset. You can click on that and it'll bring you to this screen, and you can name the preset. So going to name it, let's name this StudyStation example preset, or we'll just say example. You can do your categories, so you can put them in like a category with all the categories that are over here. So we do coloring presets or color presets, do what you want. After that, you have a couple more options down here if you want, and with keyframes and stuff and attributes. You can do keyframe timing, maintain timing, or stretch to fit, and usually you keep it on stretch to fit unless you are going a little more advanced on that, and then you click save. So now you would go to your section that you saved it towards, and you will see your example right there that we just did, StudyStation. This is mine. This one is super, super warm. I don't always use this tone. This is my high tone, is what I like to call it. But it definitely gets this really just vintage kind of look too, and I kind of like it. So that's the one I use for a lot of my videos, and I want to tone it down just a little bit. So I can, always just edit, make a default video effect or reveal in Finder, and I can always edit those later, and work on them if I want. So you can go back, and then you can run the clip. You can do big screen to see it. And then you can also just go back and reset the scene. I also love this because it has a very vivid tone to your personality type. I think it really can over affect things. One thing I also want to talk about is if you do use more than one preset, it actually combines both of them into a neutrally soft in the middle kind of thing. So, I'm using both. It's kind of maintaining both sections of it as well. But that is it for this StudyStation video. I hope you guys like this, and yeah, keep stationary. Bye, guys.